Let's get underway. Let's have a good, strong hour of work. Use the Q&A. We're right here. We're ready to work. Todd Towie, thank you so much, buddy. There you go.
Hey, Gary, thanks again. Hey, I'm, like I said, honored and feel privileged that you would spend time in the morning here to get more knowledge of Ring. We've got some really good things to talk about. We've got the Pro 2 that is out, and some of the key features, our Alarm Pro with the Eero Wi-Fi 6 router built into it. We've got some other things that we're going to be addressing here. Some of our integration partnerships of how you can then deliver these incredible experiences for your customers. How Ring can help you, as I was saying just before the top of the hour with Gary, that how you can use Ring and the great experience that Ring has to offer to get that in and do more episode speakers in the backyard, to do more home theaters, to do more lighting, to really then drive a lot of your business and win that household from there. But so that's what we're going to talk about today. We've got we've got the team in Andrew Vloyanidis is my manager. He's the general manager of the Install Solutions or Commercial Solutions channel globally. I run both US and Canada. And then I've got three just great teammates that are really all about the custom integration world and understand CEDIA and its place and really helping dealers like yourself on the call today. So we've got Roman Zariba on the West. It is 6 a.m. So I gave him, he'll be on the 9 o'clock one. And then, I took the bullet for the 6 a.m. one. In the Central region in Orange is Rich Way. He's on the call this morning. Morning, Rich.
Morning. I'm a recovering integrator. I go to meetings twice a week.
Has lived the life of a dealer, and that's again a key that I want you guys all to know is, hey, the team that we have at Ring is understands dealers and what you need to be successful. And out on the east in green is new to the team, just the end of last year, Tommy Leonard. Tommy, what's going on? There you are, my good man. How are you, sir?
I'm here now. Much like Rich, I'm also
Gary pulled his magic. Yes, Gary made a magic, upgraded you from an attendee to a panelist. Hey, so dealers, listen, that's Tommy on the East. Again, worked as a dealer previously, understands manufacturing side. So really, I think we've got a great team ahead of us. So their contact information. Make sure as you leave here, you have their information so you could reach out and, hey, if you've got questions or need something, they're your point contacts, and I think they can really help you out. All right, so we'll talk about Ring by the numbers, right? So why is that important? Right, so again, we're not just a doorbell, right? I know that a lot of people think, oh, Ring, the video doorbell company, but we're so much more than that, right? We have over 30 different products and solutions to help you integrate this great experience just with Ring, right? Just with Ring. Forget about other third-party integration companies. We'll get to that. But for this, it's 30 plus, right? So we've got doorbells, we've got security cameras, alarms, right? So in this alarm, we've got now the ability to do door and window sensors and outdoor contact sensors as well. That's new. So again, stuff like that, as well as Ring smart lighting. And Tommy's got a piece at the end to talk about, hey, smart lighting. It's actually a growing element of our overall business. But if you think of Ring as just a doorbell, you'd be mistaken. There's so much more than just a doorbell. 55% drop-in. So we did a thing with Wilshire Park. It was a neighborhood in Los Angeles in which we installed Ring. And in that, we determined that 55% drop-in, a drop-off in alarm, in like burglaries, in having perpetrators do some things around their house. So there was a 55% drop-off in break-ins in this Wilshire Park area. So Ring does actually work when it's installed, and I think that's why it's important. So then we have over 3,000 crimes and incidences have been resolved using Ring. So again, Ring captures a perpetrator, sees someone looking in a peeping Tom, perhaps looking in a window. We're able to then take that video, share it with the police, share it with neighbors, and then with that, then they were able to resolve and apprehend the criminal. So we are, real excited about what the success we're seeing just in reducing crime, for one, in the Wilshire Park and in many neighborhoods and communities across the country. But we're also excited about, hey, the people that have been busted for the crime. Now, listen, this is something also too, that it's a huge number. And my team this is wow factor, we call it. 3.6 billion Ring moments have been captured each month. So that's a doorbell press. That is a motion sensing, right? So that's 3.6 billion around the world have been captured in a month. So again, we are a brand that is known. We get a lot of information and a lot of publicity on nightly news. And so, hey, Ring is synonymous with capturing a video of perpetrators. So again, those are some of the numbers that we have. At the heart of it all, though, seriously, is our Make Neighborhoods Safer. This is Jamie Siminoff's mission, and that truly is the case, to make neighborhoods safer. And again, I always point this out. As you, an integrator, I just slip through this slide and like, okay, where's my coffee? But truly is, if you install Ring in a house and then they tell their friend, hey man, I captured a perpetrator trying to steal my son's bike, which was an example that was used at the last event that I hosted. All right. So that then, hey, who installed that for you? And bam, your name as the dealer installed it. And more people that I ask, hey, you work for Ring? Oh yeah, I do. Oh, I have it. Hey, who installed it for you? And they tell me their guy, their person, their husband has a guy that does this, their installer, right? And then so your name gets dropped. And so it's about winning in that household, winning in the neighborhood, and winning in the community in which you serve as a dealer. So I know you think, the mission doesn't really matter. It does actually. All right, so we're going to transition here. I'm not going to cover all of the different doorbells that we have. We do have a comparison chart for doorbells. So you can see that we have 7 different doorbell options, and they're all varying degrees of what makes them, whether it's a battery operated, is it hardwired, is it PoE, is it 2.4 gigahertz, is it 2.4 and 5? So there's a variety of different things that it does. And this sheet is available. So reach out to your territory account manager or myself to get this piece. But we aren't going to cover all the doorbells in time. But in this case, we are going to cover a specific doorbell that's sort of the latest and our newest doorbell, and that's the Ring Video Doorbell Pro 2. So we've got some different features that sets itself apart, and a couple out of the gate are, look, head to toe, high definition video. We have a 3D motion detection and a bird's eye view, which I'm going to get into, kind of show you the benefit of that as well. And then we've got Alexa greetings. So those are, again, just some of the highlights that we have, besides now going from a 1080p to a 1537 video quality. All right, so first is on package alerts. One of the things, again, that we built our name in is, hey, porch pirates and people stealing from packages. But now you're able to get it determined that there's a package that's delivered in your package in your zone. So that's something that you can talk about. But here's the difference in video quality as well, and the expanded head-to-toe video that we talk about. So this was the old camera, right? So hey, very nice quality, captures the package the delivery. Hey, but now how about an expanded view? So again, if I'm a dealer, the Pro 2 is our best quality video with the head-to-toe and other features as well. So that's something that I would probably, as a dealer, want to gravitate to, as long as it's a hardwired, because again, the Pro 2 has to be hardwired in. It doesn't have a battery option for it. But again, this is head-to-toe video. The other piece is 3D motion detection. So what we've determined too is that people just didn't like these false positives, right? Where, hey, they think it's something, but it actually is a deer, or it's a leaf that fell that someone had pointed out, right? So we really wanted to make sure that, hey, if you get a motion detection from Ring, that it actually is a motion that you care about, right? A person coming up. So you can see this, and in the yellow dots, that's really what we're talking about. Hold on, let me go back to that. Yeah, so on the yellow dots, I just want to show you that that's what you see capturing up. And what it does is it uses the infrared 3D motion detection. And this is the bird's eye view bird's eye view that you get. So what it is the yellow dots represent where the person is on your property. So yes, you can capture the video of them coming up, but if they go out of screen, now you can use the yellow dots as a way, and the bird's eye view map as an option of, hey, now they're on the right-hand side of my property, and you could see that. So it is another level using the satellite image piece. So again, that's something that is brand new to Ring. It's new. It's new technology that no other video doorbell company or no other security company has as far as this bird's eye view. And then Alexa greetings, right? So we're obviously an Amazon company, so we do like to talk about, and Rich is going to talk later about Alexa and some of the integration aspects with it. I shouldn't say that too loud because now I'm going to refer to it as Alex A. So my show 15, Echo 15 isn't going to ask me what's going on.
Rookie mistake, Todd. Always mute the speaker when you're doing a webinar talking about Alexa.
It's a good point. It is a good point. That is a rookie maneuver. But yeah, Alex A greetings, right? So now you can actually have a greeting to someone who dropped something off, and it's unique. And it's with our integration with Amazon and being an Amazon company. We're excited about the opportunity there as well. Security cameras, right? So we have security cameras, and I think Rich or hold on. Yeah, I've talked a lot. Rich, I think you're going to cover just the camera on the next one.
All right. So we're, as you can see on the screen, we do have multiple cameras. We have multiple different versions of those cameras to kind of fit all of the situations that your client might want. If you go to the next slide, you can kind of see just the vast number of cameras that we have, from hardwired to Wi-Fi only to PoE to other solutions, which hopefully we can talk about later today. Just a little teaser. Little teaser. Todd's going to yell at me after the webinar for this, but we've got kind of a solution for almost every situation that you would need. Indoor, outdoor powered, but we'll talk about kind of the big flagship product, right? So our main one that is launched and is having a really, really good success rate is the Floodlight Cam Wired Pro. If you guys have ever seen a floodlight cam, or if you ever not seen a floodlight cam, just take a walk around your neighborhood. There's probably 20 or 30 of them installed. And we took what we knew about the floodlight cam and elevated it, made it a little bit better. We made it dual band. We changed the housing. We made the lights brighter. It's now 2000 lumens instead of 1800. It's adjustable brightness. So if you put it over, say, a garage door, or you put it in a hallway outside, you can actually dim the lights down to match the environment, so you're not blinded every single time you walk out, or you kind of come back to let the dog in. And increased speaker, as well as an additional microphones for better echo cancellation, and so that the people that you're talking to over that intercom feature can actually hear what you're saying in a lot more clarity. It's what that Audio Plus does. And just like the Doorbell Pro 2, we did include bird's eye view, as well as the 3D motion. So we're able to see a lot better field of view. We're able to see a lot better camera rejection of unwanted motion, as well as some other cool technology that we currently have in the Ring Video Doorbell Pro 2, such as package detection, that we'll be able to throw inside of this technology as well. So with that active radar, we're able to determine if it's a squirrel, a cat, a dog, a person, or a package, and kind of make that determined through our computer vision is what we're calling it. Available in black or white. And as you can see from the picture, yeah, you can mount this under an overhang without having to modify the camera. That has been kind of one of the big requests. And yeah, this one can be mounted completely horizontal without having to modify the housing, which was a lot of guys wanted just that little bit extra angle that this now can provide. So moving into the next slide, talk about the Ring alarm. Todd, do you mind moving to the next
I know,
slide?
I'm trying.
So At Ring, our roots are kind of in innovation around the physical security needs of our neighbors, protecting that front door, expanding to the outside through smart lighting, which we'll talk about in a little bit, going to the back door with all of our camera systems. And we're always looking for ways to make your home work harder and feel safer for you. But as our lives become increasingly digital, we realized we had to look further than just physical security and incorporate digital security as well into our products and services. This led us to working with Eero, the guys over another Amazon company who have been delivering world-class connectivity and digital security for years. And so this led to our latest invention, which is the Ring Alarm Pro. Ring Alarm Pro allows the same thing that we've been able to do with introducing the Ring Alarm back in 2018. We've taken that, which is a full-fledged professional monitored security system, and then added with the Ring Alarm Pro, we've added additional technology on the digital side. So having a built-in Eero 6 Wi-Fi router that becomes the gateway to add additional Eeros throughout the home. So now you're covering the whole house with Wi-Fi. What Eero used to say, Wi-Fi is so good, you don't have to think about it anymore. With optional 24/7 backup internet. So we were actually hosting a webinar yesterday, and my power kept going off, and I had my laptop on a battery. On battery power, and every time the power would go out, all the lights would go off, but my Ring Alarm Pro, which actually you see right behind me, would automatically switch over to its LTE network. So even if my network went down, I was still able to host these webinars and was still able to have Wi-Fi connectivity while the power was coming on and going off during the storms yesterday. Really, really fantastic thing. So let's talk about the Ring Alarm Pro and the built-in Wi-Fi. Right now, having the ability to have the built-in Wi-Fi 6 router accomplishes a lot of things. If you are an Eero Pro, you can take this system and put it into your management platform, and being able to have adequate coverage everywhere with the physical security and the digital security allows you to provide your clients the best-in-class protection for both physical and digital security. Having, I think moving to the next slide is my favorite part, is Ring Edge. Ring Edge at its core is offline secure local storage. So everyone who has been asking, what happens when my internet is down, or what happens when I don't have the bandwidth to have that 2 megabit upload speed? What happens to the camera? Oh, with Ring Edge, you can put in any SD card, I think up to 512 gig, and have, I think a 64 gig can store approximately 47 hours of Ring video clips. And you can assign which cameras go. So if you have a front door camera and you wanted that offline storage, you wanted really quick instant access, or let's say you were working on a job site and you wanted to be able to have those cameras and use the Ring alarm as its main security while you're building the job site, you can have all the cameras stored on that local SD card. And when you access it through the app, it actually accesses the SD card and not the cloud. Really fantastic solution that makes for not only a better overall experience for the neighbor, quicker notifications, because it's not dependent on establishing a connection up into the cloud. It's literally just dumping it into that SD card. And then having the ability to choose whether you want it to go to the cloud or stay on the SD card. It's a fantastic solution. I've got all of my cameras on the SD card now, and the reaction time and notifications, everything is just a lot faster, and the resolutions become a lot faster because I'm not dependent on that cloud connection 9 times out of 10. Now, this does the one caveat to that: you do have to have a Ring Protect Pro subscription in order to access all those cloud features. So as I said before, not having power really isn't an issue with the Ring Alarm. As you can see down here, there's 2 little white looking like old Sonos Connects. They are the Ring Power Packs. So they daisy chain, you can daisy chain up to 4 of them together, and they simply provide up to 8 hours of internet and connectivity per power pack. So if you do, you can connect up to 4, but 3 will give you 24 hours of full power and full Wi-Fi. And just like on the Ring Alarm Pro, if you've got Eero nodes throughout the house, which I discovered yesterday I needed to add, you can have the power packs work on the Eero 6 Wi-Fi 6 Pro 5s, whatever you have that are powered by that USB-C, you can put them on those throughout the house. So you'll have adequate mesh Wi-Fi coverage throughout the entire house. So the components that kind of make up the Ring alarm are the same as they always have. But when we add in the additional things, this is the best part about this Ring Alarm Pro, is the fact that you can now sell it as a standalone base station. If you've been on any of these webinars before, you also know that the Ring alarm is a Z-Wave hub. Z-Wave hub opens up the doors to possibilities literally by connecting your Z-Wave connected locks, lights, dimmers, switches. I've got a whole bunch of outdoor Z-Wave switches for my Christmas lights. So I press one button at night and all of my Christmas lights come on. I press another one, they all come off. I can have a routine that says, Alex A, start the Christmas lights, everything will come on. And in fact, last night during the crazy rainstorms in Tennessee, my driveway was flooding. I have a sump pump. I pulled up my driveway camera, and if I saw that the driveway was starting to flood on my Echo Show 15, I actually have a switch that says sump pump that's connected to a Z-Wave outlet. So I'm looking at the camera, I see that there's a bunch of water. I press the button, the sump pump enables, and I'm able to watch that in real time, suck up all that water and get it off the driveway. Really, really fun solution that I was able to come up with because of this connected Z-Wave technology. Having that as a standalone base station allows you to sell it as a Z-Wave hub internet system and not have to use any security devices whatsoever, physical security devices whatsoever. So if you did not have the appropriate licenses for security, but you wanted to provide your clients with an amazing Wi-Fi backup system, as well as a Z-Wave hub, you can sell just the standalone base station by itself. Add in Ring power packs at $129, or you can start with an 8-piece kit, which has all the components here of contact sensors, motion sensors, a Z-Wave extender for $299. Additionally, there are more products that make up the Ring security system. And Todd, if you go to the next slide, thank you. The Ring retrofit kit. If you've got hardwired networks or hardwired alarm systems you want to take over and put in the Ring alarm, you can use this retrofit kit. It does up to 8 zones, and you can have up to 100 of these on the Ring alarm. So if all you had was the base station and all of these, you can have up to 100 Z-Wave devices. So you can cover an 800 zone alarm system with Ring alarm, keypads, motion sensors, contact sensors, range extenders, and then all the other things that work with Ring that can incorporate, which we'll talk about in a slide. So as we go into, I did say that it does require a Ring Protect Pro subscription. The Ring Protect Pro subscription changes from the original Ring Protect plan that was $10 a month. What you're getting with this is a whole lot of benefits. You're having cloud storage for the cameras. You also have local video storage for all those cameras and processing, 24/7 backup, central station monitoring for the alarm system, 24/7 backup internet. I believe it's operating off AT&T, and you get up to 3 gigs a month. And then you get extra data billed out at $3 a gig that you use. Has Eero Secure, which is normally $200 a year. You're getting that for the same cost. Alexa Guard Plus detects dogs barking, babies crying, glass breaks, gunshots. In fact, it also detects bodies falling. So if you don't be morbid, but if you have a senior independent living, or you're a caretaker and you elect to enroll in that, and you have Alexa Dots or Echo Shows throughout the house, and you enable the Alexa Guard Plus, if a sound of a body falling is heard, it can actually alert you as the caretaker that, hey, there was a sound, you need to listen to it. It'll actually send you a recording of that sound, and then you can react and respond as necessary. All of that is wrapped in to an additional $10 a month. So it's now $20 a month or $200 a year for all of that coverage. And that is for all new subscribers, even the older alarm system that's not the Alarm Pro. The new Protect Pro subscription for monitoring is $20 a month or $200 a year. Now, if your clients already have an alarm system and they're worried about it, don't worry, that coverage that they're paying, the $10 a month, that's going to be going all the way until January 1st, 2025. So if they are subscribed to it, they're locked in for that price. So with that, I think, am I finishing that up, or are you taking that, Todd?
I think you're going right into the integrations.
All right, let's talk about the integration. So as I alluded to, there are lots and lots of things you can do with the Ring alarm. Just as a Z-Wave hub, let's not even talk about the physical and digital security aspects of it. Integrating with all of these partners from Savant, Lutron, having partners with door locks from Kwikset and Schlage and Yale, and Level Lock, another manufacturer. Having your clients have the ability to monitor their garage door through the MyQ system, or a full garage door opener with the MyQ, monitoring water with Flow by Moen. Lots and lots of ways that you can use Ring as kind of the foot in the door, or the yes, to start an entire process, an entire conversation around control systems, and all sorts of things. And it kind of can appeal to almost any level. The core of the integrations operate on 3 different ways. Works with Ring, with a Ring alarm required, which is our Z-Wave protocol. The works with Ring, which is network or app-based connection, kind of like the MyQ, where you link the accounts together. And then the MyQ garage door sits on the dashboard. And then others, which is Amazon Sidewalk, that we use for the right now for the door lock integration for Level. All of those we kind of can talk about and split up, but to talk about door locks for a second, there's a fantastic integration with this, having the ability to use either Z-Wave through Yale, Kwikset, and I believe Schlage has Z-Wave locks as in addition. Wi-Fi only if they didn't elect to have an alarm system with Schlage through the Key by Amazon connection, as well as Sidewalk integration with Level. Having the ability to lock and unlock the door from anywhere in the world, having the ability to lock and unlock with your voice through Amazon Alexa, or having the ability to give access to someone. So if you're on vacation and your neighbor needs to borrow the hedge clippers, you can say, sure, hop into the Ring app, create a passcode, give him a passcode, and that passcode can either be guest access, where they have it at certain times of the day, full access, where they can use it at any point. And then at any point you can delete it. So if your clients have second homes and they want to rent it out for the weekend, they can create a passcode for them, share that access with the tenants or the renters for the weekend. And they don't even have to go and touch the door lock whatsoever. All that stuff can be done directly on the Ring app. Speaking of lock integration, if they've got a full-fledged motorized garage door, not garage door, driveway gate, or any magnetic engaged lock, like a mag lock or a wagon entry system, you can use the Access Controller Pro 2, pair it with a camera so you can see it in real time and unlock them from that homepage. Or you can just have it sitting on the Ring app and lock and unlatch that gate at any point. Cellular and Ethernet is built in. So if you put this at a DMARC location and you're using, say, a Doorbell Elite at the door station, you can have this sitting and powered via micro USB inside of the motor housing and not have to run a network cable to it. As long as it has an adequate signal, and it'll indicate on the green lights on the screen, will show what it has an adequate cellular signal. And then anytime you open up that latch, it will receive it over cellular, which is the data equivalent of sending a text message, and will unlatch that gate from the Ring app. In addition, you have the ability to share that access with others, to have multiple users using it, multiple gates, multiple controllers per property, which if you've used the older access controller, that was not a possibility, which we've made all those changes in the software, as well as having the ability to enable Key by Amazon. So if their clients are Amazon Prime members and they want to have the delivery driver not leave their packages at the front of the mile-long driveway, the Amazon driver can get one-time encrypted access to go into that driveway, drop the package off, and leave. The homeowner will get an alert on the Ring app, as well as an accompanying video of them coming and going. All that through that Access Controller Pro 2. For those
threw
that
this one in at the last minute, Rich. So
yeah, that's
at
okay.
4:30 this morning, I'm like, you know what? I want to talk about this intercom kit. So I apologize.
No, that's great. So this is actually something that Todd and I worked with the accessories team. What was it? 8 months ago, I think we were asking, hey, we've got a lot of dealers that are putting in old M&S systems, Newtone, Brone, like these old intercom systems and door stations that they're taking off, and that we want to be able to cover that and have the ability to make a paintable surface that can adapt to whatever surface that they want. The intercom kit, it comes in a couple of different sizes and allows you to replace take off that old door station, put this cover plate on, and then the holes align for either a Doorbell Pro or Ring Video Doorbell 4. And then it also is an ABS plastic housing that is paintable, so your clients can paint to match the exterior, or if they're wanting to use a different size doorbell or an older doorbell that maybe the holes don't line up, you can utilize this system and drill into it and adapt it as you see fit. So this is a really cool accessory piece that just kind of helps answer those questions of, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we could replace the doorbell and not have to hire a CNC machine to create a new steel plate? This is that inexpensive answer for that.
And available at Snap One too. So all good. Thanks, Rich.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So Snap Locals also sell Lutron. And if you didn't know, while you're talking about integrations and using the Ring doorbell, wouldn't it be great if, as Lutron says, never walk up to a dark and dimly lit house? Lutron and Ring paired together and kind of expanded on that. So now through the Lutron app, when you pair it to the Ring account, when someone walks up and detects that Ring doorbell or camera detects motion, you can actually elect to have any number of lights turn on for full brightness for 15 minutes. So in my home, when someone walks up to my front door, my floodlights turn on for full blast 15 minutes, my sconce lights turn on for full 15 minutes, and I'll get an alert from Alexa that says someone's at the front door. Connecting either Caseta, RAW2 Select, now RAW3 will also work. Taking that doorbell, you can elect to have either motion or doorbells turn those lights on. They'll turn on for full brightness for 15 minutes, and then they'll go back to the original state. So throughout the evening, my sconce light is at 10%, detects motion, goes to 100% for 15 minutes, and then goes back down to 10% after that time is done. You can trigger it to go all the time or just at night, and Lutron will determine what night actually is. So expanding a little bit more, as we've said Alexa 16 times, and if you haven't muted your Alexa speaker by now, I know you're going to do it in the next slide. But having the ability to take your clients' existing Alexa systems, or if you are providing Echo Shows or Echo Fire TV sticks, you take an Echo Fire TV stick and throwing it into a video matrix so that you have the ability when they press the doorbell on select Samsung and Sony televisions built in natively, or an Amazon Fire stick is built in, you be able to pull up in full screen that front door camera. The next slide is me in front of my television with my front door camera in full 85-inch glory, having the ability to be able to see that and realize that it's my neighbor's kid, and I immediately turn it off and tell my son to go let him in. But having that ability to wow your clients on something that used to cost $5,000, 3 days of labor, parts, and programming, now can be done with the products you're already selling, just simply making a couple of connections within the app and pressing a button. Having that ability on Samsung and Sony televisions is a really fantastic way to add value to you guys as integrators and not have to reinvent the wheel every single time. It's a very, very simple process of enabling Alexa inside of those apps. And then whenever the doorbell is pressed, you'll get an alert. Doorbell will come on in full screen and then go back after when you press back, it'll go back to your previously viewed source. So it's quite a fantastic integration. And that is done through Amazon Alexa app on any device that has Amazon Alexa. And speaking of which, through that integration, we do work with Brilliant, which is one of Snap Local's products. So doing lighting control, having the intercom system to be able to talk to different levels in the home and different rooms in the home. When that doorbell is pressed, you can actually control it through the front door or through the Brilliant keypad display to be able to see who is at the front door and talk to them in real time through that Alexa integration. It's quite brilliant, pun intended.
Yeah. Cool. Well, hey, Rich, thanks a lot for covering all that. That was dynamite. Again, for integrators, just a lot of opportunity to integrate, to bring this elevated level of service. I think it's fantastic. So with that, hey, Tommy, why don't you then talk a little bit about the Ring smart lighting?
I would love to. This is my favorite category because when we look at a picture like this, right? Coming, speaking as a former integrator, when I look at this, I see a premium solution offered from a premium fixture manufacturer tied into, a full smart home that can be triggered any number of ways. But I also see a pain in the neck wire run, if it's not already run, for that center patch of grass, where we can see here some solar path lights from Ring. Obviously, we have the front door where we could have done some things like Todd mentioned, the Pro 2 with that expanded vertical field of view, where we could customize those motion zones even more. And however this lighting system is being designed by you guys, whether it is Ring, whether it's Lutron, Caseta, Rob2, Select, or 3, whether it's a full-blown home automation system, we can still trigger it with one of our cameras detecting motion or one of our doorbells that the customer's already comfortable with. So we lovingly call it the Trojan horse. So if you're interested in more of the lighting, we're going to go into a little bit of it today. We are doing a full-on deep dive next month. So drop your name in the Q&A. I'm sure you guys will get an email, but we'll make sure that you get that because that's where we're really going to dive deep. So first is smart lighting. So this is the smart lighting bridge. If you're going to start lighting, you need a bridge to connect it, right? We're going to go through some other products that can work with it, but it's a super affordable way to get your customer living with lighting control. And we know that once one room gets cooler, the rest of the house is going to follow. So it's simple to install. It's weather resistant, right? It can use regular alkaline batteries. They have built-in motion detectors. You can create lighting groups. It can be controlled through the Ring app or through Alexa, but this is kind of that entry point into maybe it's a single solution that you're going to do, but it gives you that flexibility to, without getting the customer's eyes to go wide, getting them into living with lighting. That being said, you might walk into their house and see an Echo Dot. You might see some of these products that we see here, right? So the Echo 4th generation, the Echo Show 10, those are already, that bridge is built in. So you could walk into the house, you ring a normal doorbell, you walk in, you see a Dot or you see a Show on the counter. You can already start thinking, all right, what problems can I solve? So the integration is supported by, in the products, as we see here, the solar path lights, the solar floodlights, the solar step lights, and then both of the different bulbs, the floodlight bulb, the LED, and the standard A19 Edison bulb. I have them plugged in on my front and back porch. I never leave my porch light's on when it's supposed to be on, it's off when it's supposed to be off. And all these lights in my backyard, anytime the raccoon decides he wants to get to the trash can, well, bang, I got a motion zone on there, and it pops up and takes care of that. Neighbors will need to link the Ring and Amazon accounts together in the Ring app to enable the functionality. And you set all this up right in the Ring app. An additional product that we have, any outdoor GFCI outlet, this will allow control. So obviously we're trying to get that full premium solution in the backyard, but maybe it's just a light that has to come on for the grill and he's been walking out there with a flashlight and he doesn't have a third hand for it. It's an easy way, again, to create the solution that we can continue to reference to build those premium solutions on top of. Installer support. Obviously our TAMs are here. I'm here, Rich is here, Roman's here. Call us. I only have one cell phone number, right? I don't have the second phone. Call me whenever. But we also have a 24/7 line, right? So you can see it on the screen here. There is a lot of really great information on ring.com and community.ring.com if you have some time to dive in. Really great, comparisons, charts about installations, some common configuration stuff. But call me too, because I like talking to you guys and I have a lot of cool ideas. So with that, I think I'm giving it back to Todd here.
Yeah, so I'll take that from the installer support piece. So let me click there. So also just learning more about all of our different solutions, right? So we have a proinstall.learnaboutring.com, and again, that's where we have new product trainings. We have new products things. So we have the Alarm Pro, we have the the Ring Video Doorbell Pro 2 is up there. So if you want to learn more about that and more in-depth detail, you can go there. We have one-pagers and things like that for you, just again, to help you as a dealer to get certified. And if you get certified, then you can see the Ring authorized partner, and you could put that on your emails. You could put that on your van. There's other things that you can do to highlight, hey, that you are, a Ring authorized partner. So it's pretty good stuff there. And again, we just like to help with comparison charts, whether it be the doorbell. You saw those earlier for the doorbells and the cameras. If you wanted those are where you could find that as well. But it's all in this proinstall.learnaboutring.com, and it's our e-learning platform. And a shout out to Rich there, who's helped big time with that, again, to help you dealers get more knowledge about that. Installer support, right? So we just recently did other aspects of virtual training. There's the maps. You could use the QR code, scan me there. A lot of good stuff that we've just have there. And we're pretty excited about how far we've come with the platform from nothing to where it is today. And we're looking to improve on that every day. So stuff for you guys to get more educated on. But again, just the QR code, scan me, will help you take that as well. And then with that, questions. We have enough time. I will, let's see, stop sharing. I will now go into.
Yeah, we've got one Q&A so far, but we've got 15 more minutes we can give back to the audience. But more importantly, the question bit is generalized in talking about RMR. Let's pull that up really quickly, and we might want to embellish a little bit more on that. Michael asked a question: Do dealers get a cut of the RMR? That's always such a funny question. When where do they start? Where's their starting point? In terms of service contracts, they might have a bunch of different things going on, and kind of don't be afraid to say, hey, I love when my guys are doing $20 a month or whatever it is. But let's kind of get specific. What do you guys think about how they can pull some RMR down from this stuff?
Well, I think so. Rich has some ideas on this as well, but also, I would, I'll articulate where I think we don't have, and where I think we will be able to have in the future. What we're trying to make ways to get an integrator some reoccurring monthly revenue. So we have some plans that we're working on that potentially could come to fruition, where we'd have an opportunity for an integrator to make some RMR. Today we don't. And I know that is frustrating for some dealers and dealers in general. What we do is we try and talk about the X line. We didn't talk about that today, as we've done that in the past, but that certainly is a way in which you would be able to get that up front. So, today the answer is reoccurring monthly revenue, no. The way we do it today is sell the X line, and that then is the subscription paid up front. Mm-hmm. So that way you get the Ring camera or the Ring doorbell, and then with that comes the lifetime subscription to the basic Protect plan. So the end user would never then have to pay the $3 a month or $30 a year. And then when that expires, let me get my credit card out and install that. No, it actually, with the X line, that comes included with it. So with that, then there's an extra fee, and that then would be how an integrator could capture some of that revenue, not reoccurring, but they would capture it up front. So that's how we currently talk about it today. Reoccurring monthly revenue, no, not yet. The X line, that gives you the revenue up front for that. And then there is something that we're talking about as an organization that will be an elevated level of service that then again, the dealer would get it, but it's not ready. It's not ironed out. The financials, the actual technology piece, it is being worked on. So maybe down the road, we will have something to announce where an integrator can have reoccurring monthly revenue. But Rich, Tommy, anything else that I missed on that? I know
a little bit. So as we did talk about the X line is cameras and doorbells. So you can cover everything with the exception of the alarm. That's a separate business entity. But if you're looking at your clients and looking at, I've got a dealer in Chicago that charges, what was it, $600 a month for his like super concierge level of, working with his clients. Mm-hmm. He uses X-Line exclusively, and he throws it in as part of his service. And he said, working with me, you're not paying a monthly fee to Ring, you're paying for me to be your tech guy on demand. I will be here with a 6-hour time window. I will drop everything and come to your house, make sure your televisions work, make sure that it's ready for that if your network is going down, I'm going to monitor that. And he's essentially created a concierge service level. You know, if air conditioning guys can charge you $118 every 6 months to come out and clean the coils, why would you guys who monitor the backbone and the lifeblood of their home not be able to figure out a way to offer that type of concierge and not just stop at the small slice of security, but kind of encompass everything, the televisions, the monitor. You guys do Wattbox, having power monitoring through Eero, having the ability to monetize through Oversee, you know, all those services can create a huge opportunity. And then by leveraging the X line, you can throw Ring into that plan and have the Ring cameras as part of your service level agreement. But as far as Ring giving you guys a check every month for your subscriptions, that's just not that's not on the board right now. But we're always looking, we're always trying to figure out a way to better service you as dealers and essentially work backwards from the customer. And does it ultimately benefit the customer? And that's kind of where we're at today. Who knows what happens in a month? Who knows what happens in a year? But we're, as you guys have seen over the last 3 years, we're constantly evolving. We're constantly wanting to do things. And there's a question here. I'm sorry, Todd, I'm getting really excited.
No, go.
There's a question here from, thank you, Michael. I believe I've met you before. Honestly, I think you're in Indianapolis. I want to say, Tony asked a question and everybody's going to cringe about stick-up cam elites. When will he be back in stock? That's the question. I'm very, see, look at Todd's face. He's upset. He's upset.
That is.
We're all upset, but you know, we've got global supply chain, you know, that whole thing. We can give you the same answer that everybody says. There is a solution. Can't talk about it. Not until the next webinar at 9 a.m. So I wish I could.
I'll give it a little teaser. I'll break rank here. So there is some exciting news about OnVIF and the ability today that Ring is later going to be announcing. And so I'm getting ahead of it. So for those that sign the non-disclosure, please sign it. We are announcing later today that we will be supporting OnVIF cameras in the Ring app. So we can't get too much detail, but I will tell you one of our partners that will be supported in this OnVIF will be Luma. Right. So Snap One and Luma cameras. So there is that ability that's going to be announced later today. Not necessarily on the Luma side, but our ability to support OnVIF. And again, I'm probably going to get in trouble, but the reality is at 6:50 here on the West Coast, I'll break it out. Yes, indeed, that is something that we are going to announce later today. So one is, yes, the stick-up cam elites. It's been an incredible, painful experience for this channel and for my team. Not having them for as long as we've had. That's been a supply chain piece that a chip manufacturer couldn't deliver, but now is. We should see those end of March, beginning of April. So you'll probably see them at Snap locations. First week of April is when you should see the stick-up cam elites. And then after that, probably 30 days after that, you'll see the stick-up cam elite X version, as we've got to do the packaging, put the subscription on it, and then send it out as well. But exciting news on the OnVIF stuff coming later today. And the stick-up cam elites end of March, beginning of April, when you'll see them at your Snap One local and snap1.com.
Great update. Thanks, Todd. Well, let's see if we've got any partner bloggers like totally going at it right now. And
I hope they are.
They're going to triangulate it back to, wait, how did that happen? I'm in marketing, right? Gary did it. No.
Let somebody, let Amazon come after me. But hey, it is what it is. Have to say. I mean, we're on a webinar at this hour.
I love the exclusivity.
We should drop some knowledge.
That was great. Fantastic, Todd.
That is
Todd's punchy at this early in the morning.
Hey, you were going off too. You got all excited too. And Tommy, it's great to hear your perspective too. And I know you were kind of like kind of wanting to join a little bit on that RMR discussion and so forth, but good to have you on board too. I'd love to hear your expertise as being an integrator, even in the East Coast, and kind of how, you've associated yourself with not only the Snap One partner, but the experience of using local here and the products that they're always getting, exposed to, et cetera. Thanks for the detail on the chain there, Todd. It's, yeah, of course, but love that inclusion there. You guys, when we're talking about that RMR, just to get back to that for one quick second, you got, Rich, especially, you kind of included this product within that service package mentality. And that's what I was trying to get at. It didn't matter that you didn't have that precise solution that we might be used to. I don't know, I'll maybe an alarm.com or something. I don't know. But maybe our partners are just saying, hey, this can be included in this. And then they just kind of want to wrap their heads around what that could mean for them in developing a service package, which Tommy, you might have had, and you might have been working with something like that and including the product too. I mean, if there's not like a printout and they're not coming back to month to say, hey, this is exactly what happened at your house. Maybe it's not a disconnect. It's just saying, I want something more tangible, and how to, other than coming back and upgrading and so forth, what can I give data back to this client about what had happened the previous month and so forth. But Tommy, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think in today's world, especially, everything is subscription based and everything is tiered access. So I think that, I mean, all the way back to my days at Best Buy a decade and a half ago, the Geek Squad, if you want to pay double, we'll do it today. Mm-hmm. Right. So there's always been that level of, well, if you want instant access to me, like Rich's dealer, right? We had a certain, hey, it was double and I'll leave what I'm doing, but this is my personal time, and my personal time is wildly expensive. Mm-hmm. And I'm happy to rent you some when you need it. But, having that, hey, we only have 100 premium customers a year. Would you like to be one? So you keep, your bandwidth, you keep your free time. But, you charge $100 a month. For $100 a month, you'll never go to voicemail. Mm-hmm. But without that, I'll call you back when I have some free time. That is a tiered level of service that your customers do value, mm-hmm. and they will pay if they're that customer. They're $17 a month for Netflix. Why not $10 a month? $19.99 a month to watch a third of your favorite shows, right? You got to have all the other ones. But you telling me a customer wouldn't spend $10 a month for you to make sure that thing's there? I mean, they'll pay for oversee. Yeah. So I think it's a great premium level solution. It's a referral machine because you become the quote my guy. And all you got to do is solve one problem. As a former integrator, my favorite call was, I'm having a barbecue this weekend, and I'm not sure what to do. So I would grab a sound array and some stick-in lights, and everybody would walk over. They'd have, great audio and great video and great lighting. And then guess who shows back up on Monday and go, I'm going to uninstall it all unless you want. And now all of a sudden we're having a conversation about an overturned backyard. And it may have started because I pushed the doorbell and went, how do your friends tell you that they're here when you're at the grill? Yeah. Oh, they call your cell phone and they ring the doorbell a bunch of times, or they try to hop the fence. How about we lower the music a little bit and play something? And I actually see a question, Elan and other automation systems, there are APIs available. It's all button press on any doorbell and camera motion. Those are the two triggers that you can use. But once that trigger is into the Elan system, or the Savant is a full integration, but URC, they all have some APIs out there, but it's button press and motion. But you can create all of those solutions, and then we're just the nice, comfortable interface that is a nice, easy yes for the customer.
Yep. On that one, Gary, Kevin, good question on your integration. We don't talk about it, but I'll just give you the heads up. So there's a company out there that does do drivers for that as well. We just don't talk about it generally on a Snap One call, because I want to focus everything on the Snap One. But yeah, there is ability out there. Adolfo, good question. Is Snap One carrying the solar panels? Yes, they should have solar panels in black and white. I think you're talking about the solar panels for the cameras. They may not carry the solar panels for the Ring Video Doorbell, the battery, like the Ring Video Doorbell 4 or the original Ring Video Doorbell Classic. They may not carry those because they're few and far between ordered. But as far as solar panels for the stick-up cam or the spotlight cam, battery version, I believe Snap One does carry them, and I know I've seen orders from all the local entities recently as well, so they should have those.
Yeah, I love mine. I have a
I do
two
too.
battery and the solar panel, and then one I just have 2 batteries, and I only ever walk out to one.
True. Good. Well,
all right,
look,
guys. That takes us
very
through the questions. You guys, what a great panel. It's always a pleasure to have you on board. Hey, Tommy, really quick. You kind of alluded to a deeper dive lighting webinar. Give us a little preview on that. Can I have you back on my show? Let's do this and create another topic
I
there.
love this world. This world energizes me. I loved selling audio in the backyard. I always joked with Todd that, you know, if I walked up and didn't see a Ring doorbell or saw a Ring doorbell, I was getting right into a control system and a home audio system because I knew all the integrations. For me, it was like a handshake. I was like, you have Ring. And they're like, I love my Ring. And I'm like, oh boy, I have a whole script I can hit from there. So yeah, that is on March 22nd, I believe.
Okay.
Rich?
Yeah, March 22nd.
What do we have do you have an attendee link you can drop in the chat real quick? I know we're gonna send an
We'll
email
send it,
out.
but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a little, so this is brand new. We started doing, Gary, is deep dive. So we do webinars, you know, national webinars, et cetera, on the Ring side, covering all the different products so integrators can get fully knowledgeable about all the different doorbells, all the cameras, and the alarm. But what we've also started is, look, let's make a specific version and a deep dive. And so yeah, that's something that we're going to want to work with you as well of, hey,
Okay.
these are the deeper dives of specific products. So an integrator says, okay, I don't know anything about the Ring smart lighting. I think I would have told you, just as a person with Ring, that previously I didn't think it was up to the level of an integrator, but now we've got some things that it actually is. And I use my solar pathway lights all the time, and we have linked devices where my kid pulls up in his car, turns the motion on, so all the lights in the front yard pop on that are solar powered, and then I have it linked to my spotlight cam above my front door that then shines the light on my stairs coming up. My mother-in-law loves it, my kid loves it, my wife. We've used it a ton. I take out the trash. I would think my 18-year-old son would take out the trash, but I end up doing it. And I've got lights then when it sets motion out to the path of my my trash bin. So there's just an enormous, and these are things that I think dealers now could have this elevated level using Ring smart lighting. And we're going to do a deep dive on that. And we'll work with you guys as well to make sure that, hey, we do something like that as well.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the deck in particular, like if you're kind of cutting it up and going down a certain path, I'd love to be able to help. I've got all of June, April open, so you and I will get together on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Anyway, to tie this one up, guys, thank you so much. Great audience. Hey, what are you doing in 2 hours? You got 2 hours to answer 2 emails and maybe 1 phone call, and then you're back here on the show, 9 a.m. West Coast. But for anybody who's kind of bailing off here, remind your team members to get back on here. But what a great way to, grab a coffee this morning, guys. Have a good hour. I'm energized, man. I'm ready to go hit the day, right? Great job.
Too.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Gary. Thanks,
All right,
everybody.
guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, like I said, all of this stuff is going to be in your inbox on Friday morning. We'll have the links obviously back to Todd's website as well, and the contact information that you guys all showed. That'll all be on the links. Guys, thank you guys so much for the weekly webinar series. I value all my time that I have with Ring. I am definitely a proponent, as you guys know, and thank you from all of us at the Snap One local branches. Hey, we're going on 33 stores now, continuing to expand, continuing to take your products out to the nation, and this is one portal for everybody to kind of feel comfortable and have a weekly conversation. So Todd, Rich, Tommy, I'll see you in a couple hours, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
All right,
Thanks, Gary.
See ya.
Bye.